Welcome back. Look, we're bursting into laughter. This is awesome on the set of The Gloves Are Off. We're going to get right back into our dump and change. Next up, let's talk about a Canadian quarterback who I just happened to go to high school with, Mr. Danny Brannigan. Got a chance to play for the Toronto Argonauts, although it was a little bit of a meaningless game for both sides. A little. More importantly, when are we going to start seeing more Canadian quarterbacks in the league? What's it going to take?
For the Canadian universities to dump more money into their programs.
Into their programs.
Into their athletics, not just football, into their athletics. Which won't happen.
It really is. It's money and the people, it's coaches, instructors, to pay more to get some of the best, equipment today, for example, is just picked up on these players when they train now. So much different. They're training. And I hate to say it, America's just got so many different avenues. They have to bring some of those to these quarterbacks to develop them.
Well, what about looking at the CFL? Do you think that, as far as already we know there are so many obviously import, non-import rules when it comes to your starting lineup, do you think if there was more of an incentive for a team to carry and play a Canadian quarterback, that might make a difference? Do
they have to carry him, or do they have to play him? Because it's one thing to put a token Canadian quarterback as your fourth stringer, carry him along at $50,000 a year, and just have him there as your. Oh,
$50,000 is that's an impressive number. I'm sure
that's your token quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we could have used any of the quarterbacks from the CFL for Dallas the other day.
Oh, Danny Brannigan, there you go. Maybe you got your calling for the Cowboys. There you go. Yeah. All right, next up, I want to talk about this one I'm calling cut up. Dion Phaneuf, we already know he was seriously injured now. What some people might not know is this could have been a lot worse. The cut that he actually suffered to his knee, they did exploratory surgery. It nicked his MCL. What I want to know from a coaching perspective from you guys, do you not think it's time for some equipment changes to be made, like some of this Kevlar stuff? Should it be mandatory?
No. I'm going to say no, and you know what? Because equipment is the reason a lot of the injuries are happening today.
Absolutely.
Concussions, major league.
So you don't think there can be anything to prevent it?
You know what? That's such a fluke. It really is a fluke. I mean, for me, I played 17 total years. I never got cut like that.
Yeah.
So you know what? And I got injured a lot. Yeah. But it was an unlucky circumstance.
It's the same that happened to Stahl last year in the playoffs. Yes. It just freaked skate on skate, and he lacerated his foot. I mean,
and then you remember the worst one of all. Maybe you don't, but Clint Malarchuk.
Malarchuk, yeah.
Where they got skated right over his throat.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. As a player, do you not want to take every preventative measure?
But how many in 75 years or 80 years? How many?
And look at the concussion ratio since now. The elbow pads now go to Canadian Tire or whatever. They're like football ones now. But back.
I think you could take a shot at him and the bullet wouldn't go through.
Yeah. Let's talk. We're going to switch gears now. We're going to go a little baseball. Cliff Lee, this guy is probably going to be the most sought-after ace out there. Already, the calls from the Yankees have been made. That was disclosed on Sunday. Will he stay in Texas or will he go?
I'm a huge Yankees fan.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
I would love, but I'm going to hack on the Yankees here.
Okay.
I would love to see him in pinstripes, but again, they've done it 3 years removed from when they should have probably picked this guy up. And that's the problem. They're going to get him at 32, 33 years old. He'll probably pitch 2 more good years because Cliff Lee is good. He's not an overpowering pitcher. He's kind of like Halladay in that way, is that he's really precise and pinpoint. But as soon as you get under the spotlights of New York,
you just said it, bang, right there. The spotlights. Yeah. You have to know the character of the person that you're bringing to that place to play.
Yeah.
Because New York is one of the greatest places, and it's one of the worst.
Yeah.
And you know what? They show it, and their fans show it, and they can afford them. Not even a question about it, because they break the rules like no one else does, or they pay for it anyway for breaking them. But I am not Cliff Lee. I hope he stays.
Okay. All right, well, that one obviously only time will tell, but we've run out of time for Dump and Change. But stay tuned. We've got to talk a little strategy when we return after the break.